Which one's the pipped one? There, we have pippage. We have pippage. Oh, I've got yolk as well.
Hey guys, welcome back. So as you can see from the title of today's video, we got our first egg cutting of the season. Exciting times. 10 eggs. Super Fire to Super Fire Clutch. So let's go have a look. Right guys, so first egg cutting of the season. Super Fire to Super Fire. So if we don't hit a Super Fire in this clutch, I'm gonna lose it. So there's a bit of pippage going on here. It hasn't really cut through the egg just yet. It's made 2 tiny incisions. So I'm gonna take that as they're ready. They are on day 58, I believe it is. So that pippage we noticed yesterday, we've left it till today. There's been no further cutting, so we're just going to investigate. So I'm actually going to start with this egg, and we're going to see what we can see. So, one thing I'm not doing this yet, which I usually do, is the candling, so I can avoid the veins, but it should be right. I don't cut anything yet. Oh. Oh. That there. Do that there. And that is definitely a Super Fire baby. Doesn't seem to have any yellow spots, but we'll see that when they all come out. This is going to be one of the one clutches where, what's in the next egg? A Super Fire. So all of these could be possibly Yellowbelly. So I'm just going to... This stuff actually cuts. Let's keep that back in. Let's keep it in. Let's keep it in. Leave that alone. And pop it back. Take number 1. So that's a healthy baby. And then we're going to close this. Just cut number 2. So that one I kind of went a little bit low, but it's all right. I like to do it a bit higher so that I can trap a bit more of the albumin. Hey, nope. I'm shaking for some reason. I'm out of practice. It's been a while. It's been a while. And then, oh, I nicked a vein there. That's not a problem though. They're at the point where they're ready. Just wipe this up a little bit. And that's another Super Fire. Oh my god, he's a regular. Let's see if we can, yeah, I want to zoom in a little bit. So the blood's fine. They're at that stage where the vessels are starting to come away from the shell. And you'll every now and again cut a blood vessel, but the blood vessels don't actually affect the animal in any way. Let's have a little look. Can't see her face, but she seems to be doing well. I say she. They're all she's until proven otherwise. Okay, let's get rid of this. Next bit of tissue. Let's get rid of this one. I'm hoping we cut one and it has mad amounts of yellow, because Super Fires sometimes have loads of yellow in them. It'll be interesting to see one. I've never seen a fire with lots of yellow in it. So, well, not in person anyway. Obviously, I've seen pictures, but I've never seen. And then, hold on. I've let the shell fall in. Oh, come on now. There we go. Oh, I see a little face. Little eyeball. Obviously we'll see a lot more of these guys when they actually hatch. I mean the yellow is usually really bright yellow. So let's just show that one a bit closer to the camera. There's a fly on my leg and it's making me jump. That's a little baby. And that one is already broken through the egg sac, and it's about to move its way out. So it was literally about to stop picking in on its own. That's good. Now the dimpled egg. So I think out of the 10 eggs, 2 are not as dimpled, and this is something I like to do, but I haven't done yet. It just helps, that rolling, by the way, helps move away the veins. It helps separate the veins from the eggshell. So usually what I like to do is roll, make a snip of exactly where I rolled, use that as my line, because I'm more likely to avoid veins that way. Like so. And then we just make 2 small incisions either side. So each person has a different way of cutting eggs. I like making relatively small windows so I can peek in without disturbing the snake too much. Who's in here? Hello? Hello? Oh, yeah, he's a wriggler. It's hard to see anything when the animal is white, which is just madness, man. There's white snakes in the eggs. They're white. They're white snakes. And I think that's good because they're white. So I'm not trying to fiddle with them to see what pattern is on the other side of them. So this one's gonna leak a little bit, I know that for a fact. But where it's siblings already, I'm not too concerned about snipping this one. So do it here, and it's gonna leak a little bit. And actually, what I'm gonna do is intentionally leak some so we don't make a mess on the actual egg shells. And then if it needs some water, there we go. Just a little bit of albumin, just to create a little bit of a dimple. Like I said, these guys are day 58, so. There we go. Oh, hello. Again, looks good and healthy. And obviously one thing I'm looking for is just to make sure umbilical cords are not tied, and I can see the umbilicus is right there. He's not tied in his umbilical cord, or she. And just make sure that it doesn't look like there's any kinks or... I'll make it a mess. Let's get this back in here. Now Bloomin' is like really runny. If anyone's made scrambled eggs, you know what this egg white is like. It's runny, it's like a runny nose. Right, that's those. Everyone here looks healthy. And now another box of eggs. Mama laid a lot of eggs. And so far, a lot of nice babies. Obviously, I'd show you the parents, but I think in this case, we're looking at a super fire to a super fire. So you're seeing the parents and the offspring. But with future clutches, I will show off mum and dad before I show off, before we start the cut, so we can see what was producing. A nice little cut. Hello. So this one's still upside down, and its umbilical cord is nicely tucked away. It's not tied in its umbilicus. Again, looks nice and healthy. No obvious. Obviously, we'll know more when they come out, but I just like to do a little check over because we have had them get twisted in their umbilical cord. And I think also I don't like to mess around with the eggs too much once they're cut, as in poking in there and probing, because what I don't want is to frighten the baby and cause it to roll around too much. And that usually can lead to more likelihood of it wrapping itself in its umbilical cord. So let's see this one. And I can see I nicked a vein there. Again, not a problem. Oh, let me hold on a second because this one's bucking me. It's a lively little one. You just bucked me. Can you hold on to me? I like these curved scissors as well because you can actually see them under the shell when you're cutting, and that way you know you're not near the snake. Let's have a look. Hello, little bucker. How's it going? And he's up. Oh yeah, he's a good old bucking. Good old bucker. Actually, weirdly, and I'm surprised, and maybe someone can chime in here. I'll see more when they come out the egg. Interestingly, not a single Super Fire in here has any yellow on it. They are all solid white. Now, unless Dad is, because Dad is a solid white snake, and from what we understand, he's Yellowbelly complex. Unless there's some form of influence there. So far, oh, I made a mess. So far, none of them seem to have any. I'm going to put this back before it starts running away. Any yellow on them, which I don't know whether to be excited for or not. I've never seen one else. I think, well, I want to see a Super Fire with yellow blotches.
Super Fire.
super.
Clown has got no yellow blotches.
No, it doesn't. So be interesting to see what Dad proves out to be this season with pastel Yellowbelly. Because these guys will all be Super Fire possible Yellowbelly or possible whatever the hell Dad proves out to be. So we'll find out exactly.
Where do you get the parents from?
The Dad was actually a donation. He was donated to me, and it was actually because of his donation to me that we started MJ's Pythons. Because Jay had Lucy, or our blue-eyed Lucy girl. I was given our black-eyed Lucy girl, which I named V, and then we decided to breed them together. So I actually have no information on his original heritage. Mum, I dread to say that I can't remember who I got Mum from. Someone on Morph Market, but I got her as an adult female, exactly for this purpose. And that's another super. Hold on, let me just snip a little bit on that side, just so I can get a good look at the umbilical cord. Where are you? Yeah, look, solid white again. I can see the whole animal, and there's not a little. And there's the umbilical. Is that an umbilical? Yeah, there it is. Yep, umbilical cord is nice and tucked away. Not. Hello. Oh, there's the head. And not twisted, which is what we want to make sure. I think this is mostly to make sure of. Obviously, the animals are healthy, which they all appear to be. We've got. Oh, I made a mess. I made a mess. Make sure the animals are healthy and to make sure that there are no twisted umbilical cords, because the last thing we want is these beautiful babies to have developed in the egg all this time. This one is bucking. This one's like, get the hell off me. I don't know if you can see that. He was bucking all sorts a second ago. Hello? There he goes. Yeah. He's just bucking away in the egg. He's like, get your hands off me. And it's actually really fun when they get really close, they get really almost feisty in the egg. And when you pick up the eggs, they immediately start bucking you. And I don't know whether that's also a signal to the mum. So this is all speculation here. I have no scientific proof. And I usually don't spout stuff unless I have scientific proof. But it's speculation only, is that perhaps that's partly an evolutionary thing, because obviously mum would be tightly coiled on them. So it could be, as they're getting closer to hatching and they can feel mum squeezing them, they'll buck mum to help get her to let go a bit, to give them a little bit more space. And another Super Fire with what appears to be a very pretty face and no yellow spots. I'm just going to really quickly check. Looks all good. I mean, his head is right there. He looks good, or she looks good. It's our blooming again. I'm gonna have to get like a pipette or a turkey baster. Just start. There we go. And now we put that in there. And our final egg, at last, we're here. We're on the last one. I'm gonna give her a fresh sheet, the last fresh sheet. I cut enough. I'm gonna have a nice look at what do you think it's gonna be, guys? What do you suspect is gonna be in this egg? I don't know. It looks white. I mean, the shell looks white, I suppose. Will this be the clearly speckled, yellow blotchy Super Fire that I keep ranting on about? No, it's another solid white Super Fire. I mean, for all of you guys who were asking us for white snakes, this is the clutch for you. Another baby, looks completely healthy. No signs of twisted umbilical cords. And what we do, guys, is these guys should crawl out over the next 48 to 72 hours generally. But what we tend to do is once we've cut, as hard as it may be, I try to leave them alone. And then they will crawl out in due course. But yeah, that is our first cutting of the season. It looks like 10 beautiful Super Fire, let's open this up, Super Fire hatchlings with, all look perfectly healthy, all look really white. It will be interesting once they actually crawl out the egg. to have a look and see if there are any yellow blotches on them, or after they have their first shed, whether we start to see yellow blotches appear. This is actually our first time ever hatching super fires or a white snake in general, so if any of you guys have any info on that, let me know. We will be, I think we're gonna have some more eggs to cut in a while. It's gonna be a while before the next egg cutting because the eggs are only about 2 weeks old, so we still got a while to go. Probably, you know, next 6 weeks or so, and then we've got a load of clutches coming, so new videos will be up soon as more mamas lay eggs. Right guys, we really hope you enjoyed that video. First egg cutting of the season, exciting times. I know it was a whole Super Fire clutch, but we knew what we were going for with that particular clutch. We have more eggs inbound really soon. Our pastel het relay xanthic is holding out on us, but she should lay any day now. We've had 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 12 ovulations so far, so a load more clutches coming real soon, and a whole load of girls who are on the cusp of ovulation also. So some really exciting times here. Let us know what you thought of that video down in the comment section below. Leave us a comment, tell us what we can improve and change, or what you enjoyed, so we can continue to make content that you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Your support means the world to us, and the channel is continuing to grow, and we owe it all to you guys. Also check us out on Instagram. We will be doing from next Saturday the 10th, I believe. We'll be doing Instagram lives every Saturday from 8 PM to 9 PM, where we'll be feeding the collection as we do the live, and it'll be a kind of Q&A session. You guys can come hang out, ask us any questions you want. So definitely check us out there. We'll really appreciate it. We'll really look forward to seeing you guys on that live. And until the next video, guys, we'll see you then. Bye. Right guys, sorry for interrupting that explosion midway. If you made it this far, we will release an update clutch really shortly on those guys once they shed out. Forgot to mention it in the outro, but it's in here. So if you stuck in all the way, thank you for sticking in, and we'll see you on the next video. Back to the explosion.